Kyle reviewed. Like and subscribe.
Hey guys, just finished watching Supergirl Season 5, Episode 4, In Plain Sight. This episode was okay. It dealt a lot with, the Malefic storyline and played along with that, and we got some reveals and stuff, and that was kind of interesting. The only thing with the Malefic storyline is, like I said, we keep doing the same stories and stuff, keep diving into John's backstory, and I'm not interested. I wish they would have done... John's storylines are much more interesting when he's a part of the DEO, or they have him now that he's out of the DEO, ever since he's been no longer running the DEO and gave it to Alex and stuff. He hasn't really been doing much and doing anything, and now we're kind of diving into his backstory and all that stuff, but it would be much cooler to dive into his kind of detective aspect and go deeper into that. And I think that would have been really kind of cool, whereas this storyline's kind of boring, and we still have no teases to Crisis. Now, the end of last season, we ended with the Monitor releasing Malefic into from the Phantom Zone. So that would have been something interesting to see is to find out, get teases as to why did the Monitor do that. What plans does the Monitor have for Malefic? That'd be something cool to see rather than just kind of we're just releasing him no reason. It's so we need to get some more information as to what the connection is between Malefic and the Monitor and why he released him. Now, the weird things kind of ended with that, with Lena having him, letting him, imprisoning him and wanting to team up with him. That seems kind of interesting, but at the same time, it also seems like very cliched. I want to hurt Supergirl, but I'm going to trust the bad guy, and it's going to blow up in my face type thing. And that just kind of seems a bit boring. We'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go, but hopefully it doesn't. It seems like it's barreling toward a predictable path of, her trusting him and all of a sudden it blowing up in her face, right? So we'll have to wait and see as to where things go with that. Ending James's storyline so that he can be written out of the show, that was kind of okay. I don't mind that. It allows him to appear later on. But it just seems very weird that it seems like they're very much showing him, in this other town a lot, and yet we're not going to pick up with him. We're just going to leave him there, and that's it. It could be something interesting. We'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with that. We also have to set up at some point. We do have confirmation that there's going to be a Supergirl, a Superman and Lois spin-off show. That could be something quite interesting. I would like to see that actually pick up on the HBO Max show and put that there so that they can give it an actual decent budget. Maybe give it $100 million budget for a Superman show. I think that'd be really, really interesting, but I'll have to wait and see as where things go with that. It'll probably just be here on CW. So it'll be quite interesting to see as to where things go. If Supergirl gets canceled because of that and then replaced with the Superman show, I doubt it. I feel like things will probably keep the same, but we'll have to just wait and see if they kill her off I doubt they'd ever kill her off, but they could always just merge the two, but I doubt it. So we'll just have to wait and see. Things were kind of interesting. We had a bit of, Brainiac and Neo's relationship, them figuring out the relationship was kind of okay. We'll just have to wait and see. That was kind of okay, kind of didn't really do much, not really interested, caring about the relationships. It just happened so kind of fast. It is kind of interesting now seeing Kara, finding out all kinds of stuff about William Day, that he's kind of trying to find the bad guy, and it just seemed a bit predictable that that's what he was doing. He wasn't actually bad, and it was kind of just in his face, especially when they had that scene a few episodes ago. I think it was in the first episode, where it was just... You had all these scenes, and you had just the random scene of him just going to a shelter to just, cook for the homeless type thing, which just seems kind of silly and stuff. And that kind of was glitteringly obvious scene that showed, we're gonna think we're supposed to let to believe that he's bad, but he's not all bad because he's helping the homeless and all that stuff. So this wasn't really it was kind of predictable and saw it coming a mile away. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with this. It seems like they're potentially setting him up to eventually be some sort of love interest for Kara, which I don't know. I'd love to see her. I would have liked to have seen her be a bit more, drag it longer out and stuff, like they did with Mon-El, and really push them together. Don't keep them together. We're season 5 now, so don't have them actually start to slightly date until season 7, if not halfway after the midpoint of season 7, and then into season 8, then have them start slowly dating. That's what I'd like to do. Have it a very slow burn rather than kind of moving a bit quickly. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with him. I think it could be something interesting to play with that. So all in all, this episode was kind of okay. I'd like to see a bit more Crisis things, a bit more teases. I mean, Flash and Arrow had some pretty big episodes. They're pretty huge, connections to Crisis, so that'll be quite interesting to see, especially with Superman. You know, if that show picks up, love to see how things are going to go with that. And how what'll happen with that show. Is that all going to take place on the same Earth? Then you have the idea. I mean, you have that show that answers that question as to what's Superman doing, why he can't help all the other shows. I think that'll be quite interesting to see as to where things kind of go. It'll be quite fun to see a show dealing with Superman and Lois. And if I'm not mistaken, they should be pregnant, so it'd be cool to see them dealing with the parental ideas and seeing how that kind of what it's like for them to raise a child. I think it'd be quite cool. So let me know what you think, guys, about the steps in the comments below. Season 5, Episode 4, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Okay, Kyle has a YouTube channel called Kyle Reviewed. It's about Marvel and DC. I happen to know a little bit about DC since my initials are DC. All right, so if you like Kyle's interviews and videos and reviews and everything like that, then like and subscribe. If you don't like them, well, maybe you're just not a comic book fan.